Hello! Hello everybody. I'm going a little crazy and that's because I've been really busy cleaning my apartment because I've got a lot of nervous energy in me. And that is because tomorrow I've got a film crew coming here because yours truly, Sydney Plant Guy, is gonna be on television. Bradley? Sorry, we're getting really close to dinner time for Brad as well, so he's a little agitated. Hello, my baby. Yeah, you take over. Come on, tell him what's going on. Yes. What do you want? When do you want it? Well, you need to wait another 15 minutes. Dinner is at 5 o'clock, yeah? Come here. Come here. So, tomorrow I've got Channel 9. Channel 9 is one of the big channels over here in Australia. Exactly, big channel. One of the big channels over here in Australia. I've got them coming over to film a little segment for a new show called The Garden Hustle. So the show is pretty much about Channel 9 providing people with resources to redo their garden, and they film it, and you know, they're given like a certain time frame and so on. So there's 2 garden makeovers per episode, and in between those 2 episodes there's a little segment where they interview a plant expert. And I've been honored enough to be asked if I want to be one of those experts. Now, I don't consider myself an expert in the grand scheme of things, but I suppose I've got a few things to say here and there, specifically about growing plants to maturity indoors. So I'm really excited that they chose me to do that. But I'm a bit nervous because I don't really have experience with that sort of stuff. I usually film myself, so I'm in control of what I say, what I film, how it's being edited, if it's being released, and so on. So a little nervous leaving it up to somebody else. And obviously also nervous as in, like, I'm hoping I can deliver on what they're hoping I can deliver. I'm always suffering from imposter syndrome where I'm just like, holy moly, do they even know that I don't know all of this? You know, so I always suffer from imposter syndrome, so I'm not surprised that these thoughts are going through my head. And yeah, the other thing is I have been frantically cleaning my place. I feel like my place is usually pretty tidy and clean anyway, but I went like all in. So I just really didn't want to be on national television with like dust all over my freaking plants or something like that. So, but at the same time, I also didn't want to make it look like too perfect. I still wanted to be a realistic view into what my plant jungle looks like on any given day. So not give them too much special treatment, you know, be transparent. I just wanted it to be cleaner. So yeah, they're coming tomorrow. It's going to be pretty much almost all day of filming, or most of the sunlight hours. So they're rocking up like 8:30. We should wrap up at 2 o'clock. They've done a little inspection like 2 months ago to inspect the place, to look at it. So we've got a bit of a storyboard. But yeah, I can't give too much away. One thing I'm obviously worried about is Brettles, because we're gonna have like a lot of film crew over here, hair and makeup and so on. They're gonna walk in and out, so it's gonna be pretty impossible to close the doors and keep him somewhere. And I also don't want to lock him in a room all day. So I'm bringing him over to my friend's place tomorrow morning, and then he's gonna spend the day there. You're going to daycare, aren't you? And then when they're done, he can come back. And we did a trial run last weekend because I was like, oh, I don't know, Brett has never really like been on a holiday somewhere, so like on a staycation. So we tested it last weekend. We just drove him over there, and he just made himself home immediately. Like light on the couch, like feet in the air, give me a belly rub, you know. So he was really, really chilled. Obviously, I was there the whole time as well, so hopefully it's still the same when I'm not there. But he's usually really, really easygoing. I don't think he's usually like easily scared or afraid of anything. He's pretty much king of the castle. So to him, it's probably just another place to conquer and, you know, make his own. So I reckon you'll be excited about it, and we can ride in the car. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I just really wanted to come on here and share like these exciting news with you because yeah, it's exciting. I don't know. I feel like it is something I definitely always wanted to do, and I think it's a great kind of acknowledgement of my my efforts I have put into this hobby over the last 2 to 3, 4 years, and the efforts I have put in establishing a bit of a online footprint as well. So I think it is nice. It's definitely a bit of a celebration, or it's like an achievement that I can celebrate, but I'm always nervous. Celebration is afterwards. For now, I still need to work on what I want to say, like write a bit of a script or have a bit of an idea to make sure I get my points across and that I'm not going to be all like flustered when they're here. But yeah, anyway, let me show you the place. All right, it's getting dark, but I kind of just moved this inwards a little bit so you have like a nicer spread of plants and you can see them all a little bit better. Obviously, when we stop filming, I move them a bit closer to the window again because they want light to grow, but I suppose this way it's a nicer setup, right? And then over here, basically what I'm doing is these plants that are usually facing the window, I'm just gonna turn them around so they're facing us. Obviously I still need a few things, but I'll put all of this aside, and my gimbal is really struggling. I cleaned the IKEA cabinet. Look how sparkly the windows look. I don't think I've cleaned it in a year and a half. Over here, it looks, oh my God, this gimbal has got its mind on its own. Here, I don't think we'll actually be filming in here. I think we'll be doing most of the filming in here because my segment is going to be about growing moss poles. So I'll just make sure I'll turn these around tomorrow morning as well. So I'm gonna head to the gym because whenever I have a bit of nervous energy, exercising definitely helps calming me down, stops me from overthinking everything. And then tonight I just want to have a early night, early morning tomorrow, set up everything so that I like it, and then they bring Brett over. So got that ticked off my list, and then hopefully I'm prepared enough so I can actually enjoy the experience tomorrow as well instead of just being nervous. So anyway, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to film, and so I'll check in with them. Look, to be honest, I don't know if you're allowed to see this right now, so I don't know if you're ever going to see this, but I'll try and film a little bit here and there, but obviously, I gotta stick to their rules and the rules of the contract and so on. So I suppose we'll find out, and I'll see you soon. It's 5 o'clock. It's dinner time, my baby, is it? Watch his reaction when I open the cupboard. Oh, look at her. Let's go, my baby. Meow, quick, I am starving. Oh my God, help. Somebody call Peter. See you tomorrow.
Yes, baby, we're moving. Hey, brothers.
Alrighty, I'm back. So sorry I didn't film yesterday after we wrapped up. It was dark by the time I got Brettles back. It was very dark. I was very, very exhausted, so I just didn't really feel like filming anymore. But I want to give you an update now. So there was 6 people here. The host Lisa McCune, who's a quite famous Australian actress, and she was so nice. With her hair and makeup, 2 camera operators, 1 audio guy, and the producer. So quite a lot of people for a small space, but everybody was so nice and like relaxed, and but just really nice people. And Lisa arrived early for hair and makeup, and we just had like a genuine chat and like just talked about all sorts of things. And straight away, like, she showed so much interest in my plants. Like, she was actually really keen to learn all about my approach, because she's a plant enthusiast herself. So that genuineness, like, anyway, her genuine interest in my plants, just made it so easy talking to her in front of the camera later on as well. It just felt like she actually really wants to ask me these questions and wants to hear the answers and not just doing it for the camera. And yeah, everybody, even like the camera operators, everybody was really impressed with how nice and healthy my plants looked. And they didn't, it's almost like they didn't anticipate it. Like they're like, oh my god, this is actually so much nicer than I thought it would be, which obviously made me feel really good about it, right? And so it made me feel really comfortable in front of the camera. So we had a really good time, and we filmed for a good 6 hours for a 3-minute segment later on. Yeah, once we wrapped up, I felt really, really good about it. I was just not self-conscious about it at all, or like worried that it's not gonna be nice. Like I'm pretty certain there's gonna be enough footage to make like a nice segment out of it. So that was really nice, and it was awesome working with like industry professionals, right? I mean, their like camera game, their sound game, like next level, right? I felt so like I'm filming this on my iPhone, you know, and so that was really nice to see how this is all done professionally. And I can't wait for the result, like actually see what the end result looks like when filmed with like professional gear. Because I was in front of the camera like pretty much the whole time, I didn't really see what it looks like while they're filming it. But yeah, I took a few little behind the scenes videos I'll pop in here. You can just see, like, you know, it was definitely a bit of a challenge because we're working in such a confined space. Usually they would film you from 2 angles at a time, but because they couldn't really fit 2 camera people in here and still make the framing nice, and you know, I have like glass and mirrors and so on everywhere, so it's kind of hard to film from 2 angles without being in each other's reflections and so on. So we had to do pretty much everything 3 times. Once with like both of us in frame, then once Lisa's in frame, then once I'm in frame. So we've had the same discussion like over and over again. And then but it was still fun. It didn't feel like we're like repeating ourselves or anything like that. So, yeah. That was so nice, wasn't it, maybe? Oh, you weren't here, haha. Yeah, it was a bit of a shame that Brettles wasn't here, but it was the best decision because, yeah, there were people coming in and out and like both doors open, so I would have just freaked out the whole time. Is he escaping? What is he doing? A little escape artist, aren't you? Anyway, so if I'm correct, I believe they're gonna provide me with some sort of resources to share on my social media.
Jan, what is this?
Yeah, this is my indoor greenhouse. So I just took a cabinet that you usually use to display glasses, or I use it for my plants. So I put a grow light in here, I put a fan in here, and I insulated it so that it's a nice humid environment.
So this is where it begins?
Yeah, so when they're small, they're more vulnerable, so I want to give them the best conditions possible.
Oh, it's wonderful. And this one over here is quite extraordinary because it looks like it's been hand-drawn with pencil art.
Yes, it's a Philodendron El Choco Red. It's actually named after the backside, which has nice red coloration.
Oh, I love a plant named after your backside.
Yes.
All right, so what's next?
So eventually they outgrow the cabinet and I want to give them a moss pole. So come on through to the bedroom where all the magic happens.
This is quite magnificent.
Thank you.
And these lights, are they for us or the plants?
They're for the plants. So the biggest challenge I'm facing indoors is the lack of light. If you want your plants to grow really nice and large leaves, you first and foremost have to provide them with sufficient light. That really sets the growth potential. And then with my care, I'm just realizing that potential. So I'm not getting enough light in this room, so I have decided to use some grow lights to supplement.
And so even if you live in a cooler climate, there's still ways of doing everything.
Yes, exactly. And obviously I can't share this up until it's going live. So by the time you see this, the segment will also be aired, but you should also be able to catch up on it online. So in the description, I'll link the link to the actual show. So please check it out. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't have all too much to say anymore, but I was so excited about my first television experience. I really wanted to take you along and kind of share the ride with you within limitations. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film too much behind the scenes because obviously it's not something we do for my YouTube channel, it's something we do for television. So I need to play by their rules, right? Yes. Okay, we gonna get started with our Saturday and I'll see you next time. Bye.